Businesses, as we know, can have a wide range of impacts on human rights. That can be, for example, within the immediate sphere, such as on workers' rights or workers' rights within the supply chain, but they can also have adverse impacts on the wider community. So, for example, when we think about communities living around large projects, such as agriculture or mining projects, they might have adverse impacts on those communities' land rights, access to water, basic services, and so on. NHRIs can take a range of actions to address business and human rights. For example, they can work directly with businesses, they can monitor the impacts of businesses on human rights, or they can also, of course, work with the state or on state legislation, policies, etc., to review those to see whether they are actually compatible with international human rights or not.
We are here in Rabat, Morocco, to enhance our capacity as the national human rights institutions in Africa on how best we can work together to protect and promote human rights, basically under business and human rights. As Uganda Human Rights Commission, we have been doing a lot of work under business and human rights, looking at our constitutional mandate. One of them has been to receive complaints of alleged human rights violations, especially arising out of oil and gas exploration in western Uganda. And we have helped people to receive complaints. We have investigated on some of these complaints and referred some of these complaints to other courts of law so that they can get redress. And some of them have been effectively mediated and people have gotten justice. The other role that we are doing as a commission is to popularize the UN guiding principles on business and human rights. We have been engaging with different stakeholders, both governmental, civil society organizations and business enterprises on how best they can use the UN guiding principles, they protect, respect and remedy principles to ensure that whatever they do is in line with the international, regional and the national human rights instruments. And of course, we still have a great role to play in far as of sensitizing the general public so that people are aware of their rights, duties and obligations, and where they can report cases related to business and human rights violations. As a result of this training that we have had, I have gained a lot of knowledge and experience that I'm taking back home, and I believe it will help us to enhance our capability and the respect and protect mechanisms of the Commission so that we can work closely with other stakeholders. We are also going to work closely with other NHRIs in Africa, like the Morocco Human Rights Commission and other commissions like South Africa, where we have so many cases of migrant workers as a result of the training. I learned that we could liaise well with the South Africa Human Rights Commission to solve on some of the issues that are affecting migrant workers, especially those in South Africa. And of course, to strengthen the partnership with other NHRIs in Africa.